How many gallons is that today?
3.
3?
No.
How many?
1.5.
1.5? Good for you.
But that's a normal day for me.
I drank, the fuck did I drink? I drank like one bottle of water this morning at the gym, and that was it.
That's not good.
Yeah, I gotta up my water intake.
But I blend my food, so I need the water in there in the first place.
That's right.
Every meal basically includes 16 ounces of water.
Oh, God. You do blend that food. That is, oh, God. It's like, you can make like a little Thanksgiving dinner, though.
That's what I do every year.
Is it?
That's my Thanksgiving.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a bad family, so that is my Thanksgiving.
Oh, God.
I had a tradition where I used to go and get a turkey sandwich every Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah, because, I didn't have a Thanksgiving dinner, but now I just have my turkey shakes.
Ugh. Well, you gotta... What are you doing, bro? Don't break your mic stand.
Fiddling.
Well, you have a seat at the Rizzle household if you're interested.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, of course, man. So Steve Peoples actually came to my Christmas dinner with my family. Yeah, because
that's cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, Steve's mom passed away a couple of years ago, and he just really had nobody to hang with and stuff like that. And I just said, dude, fucking come. We're gonna go out and get some food and chill out. We could watch some YouTube videos and laugh our asses off. That's really what it's about, man.
Yeah, sounds like a good day.
Yeah, we're rolling. So we've been rolling. Let me get
Some of the magic spray.
Let me get the singers again. Non-alcoholic. I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm not getting drunk and doing a podcast.
You got drunk beforehand.
Yeah, the buzz is still strong.
Still alive.
Good Lord.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
It's going from what is that to making fun of it to I just need some.
Yeah, there's just a little bit. And then now it's going to be I'm going to raid Amazon to see how many more I can get of that just in case they stop selling it.
I'm going to find a gallon of it because I'm going to come in. I'm going to be drinking it.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of
The Voice
and Rizzles. John, how you feeling today, brother?
Heck yeah, I'm not too bad. How about you? What's going on with you?
Doing pretty good, man. Filmed a little bit last night at Coliseum, and finished off at around midnight, and then it was up early to start the editing and start running around, and then of course make sure that we get here tonight to film the ever impressive episode 4.
Burning the midnight oil, right?
That's it, man. That's
always
why, something.
Sorry to interrupt. This episode is sponsored by Starbucks. That's it. That's how well we're doing now, guys.
Starbucks. Send the check.
And the coffee grounds.
Send the check and the coffee. Unlimited coffee, please. Yeah, man. So what is today's topic?
Today's going to be how the fitness lifestyle, when you're really in there, affects the personal life. Because if you're just trying to stay in shape, you can go out drinking every once in a while, have a good time with your friends. But if you're really in the nitty-gritty of it, not even just prep in general, but really going for it, it takes a chunk out of your life that you can't really get back.
No.
So it's the sacrifices of what you got to do to get to where you want to get.
Yeah, the sacrifices are definitely real. Well, shit. I mean, it's one thing, like you said, to prep your meals and be able to eat and kind of obey a fitness type lifestyle, but at the same time to take it to that next level of especially competition and making sure that you're squeezing every single energy that you get from making the food, cooking, training in the gym to get the best results possible. It can be a very interesting, lonely road. I could say that. I went away to college, so I was up at Quinnipiac when I decided to start prepping for shows. So most kids, when they go away to school, I think I mentioned this in the first episode, most kids are usually partying, doing drugs, doing everything under the sun, not making sure they get their 6 meals and their 2 gallons of water and training done and this and that. So it was definitely an interesting time for me going away to school, experiencing that, saying no to a lot of the parties and a lot of the party-esque stuff that you would do when you're that age and younger. So the fitness lifestyle definitely impacted me when I was up there.
What's funny is for me it was kind of the opposite, because the day I moved into my college, I did my first show the day before I moved into school. And it was a natural competition, so I didn't know any better about local shows, and it was in Chicago. Now I moved into Pace University down in Lower Manhattan. So I remember leaving the competition. I was all spray tanned up and strict for as strict as I could have been at 18. I didn't know any better, but I did the best I could. And I got back to the hotel room at around 11 p.m. I'm sitting here thinking, well, shit, all right. If I go to bed right now, there's no way I had a 4 a.m. flight ready. There was no way I was catching a 4 a.m. flight. After a show, you guys know that you want to go to bed.
Oh, God.
That's the last thing.
Everyone always thinks they're going to be going and doing all kinds of crazy eating and partying. Rich, you just want to eat something sweet and go right to bed.
We're going to Atlantic City. We're going to get drunk. No, you're gonna finish, get off stage, and go the fuck to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, instead of being in prep as soon as I went into school, it was the opposite. It was as soon as I got out of my prep. So I flew in to JFK at the subway. I had somebody meet me with all my stuff, and I moved right in, and I went right to bed.
Yeah.
But so in a way, I started college my first bit of freedom in a long time, and it didn't appeal to me. I went out, got drunk a couple times, sure, lived my life as an 18-year-old boy, but
an 18-year-old boy with the voice of a man.
Yeah, that was still there. It's been there for a few years at that point. But it's funny. I remember it was Halloween, to be specific. Everybody was out, getting drunk. They were at a Halloween party. Per, what you're supposed to do. You have a good time. How dare you? And I was at the gym. And I remember I'm like, I had no desire to go do this. And for me, that was the first bit of the fitness lifestyle truly affecting my life. But what's funny is that it wasn't a negative thing. I kind of realized, hold on, this is what I want to do. And, I'm all in. I didn't know what all in meant compared to what I'm doing now. I've done bulks. I'm eating 11 meals a day, still doing cardio, and I'm learning more and more every single week. But to what I thought all in was back then, it was a cool feeling to feel like, I'm going for it. I'm going for it, man.
Yeah, I definitely dig that. It's weird. I don't hate that I did that when I went away to school. I think it definitely made me the man I am today, and it also obviously aided in getting the relationships that I have now for my business, just doing my shows, meeting different people, and then experiencing what I experienced with working with my prep coach at the time. But I can attest and double down on what you said. Mm-hmm. I always feel like, and it still happens today at 27 years old, I still, like even Memorial Day this past weekend, I feel as though I'm missing out. So I have that deep down thought that what everyone else is doing, going to Tropics in Freeport, going to Flynn's on Fire Island, just running around and doing asinine ruckus type shit, that I feel like I'm missing out on something. And I feel as though that I should be out there too, or me and my girlfriend, we should be out there too. And then I remember I get dressed, I go to these places, and I fucking hate it. And I'm just miserable standing in the corner like, okay, I've been here for an hour. Is it good if I leave yet? So it's definitely affected my personal life, both negatively and positively. Negatively because you become obsessed, but positively because you're constantly a student of your body, yourself, always learning, always making sure that you're on top of your game. Because if you're not and you start to fall off, then, Yeah,
it's rough. But you know what? For me, that separates who the people really working are. Like the people who call themselves athletes and they're going 100%. And, I'm looking around Instagram, no hate to anybody that's doing it, but these people, I'm going to be the best athlete in the world. They talk up, I'm going to be Mr. Olympia, do this. And every time the calendar says everybody else in the world's going to go out and get drunk tonight, I have to go out and get drunk. Well, you messed up tomorrow's workouts, you're hungover, and your body was detoxifying alcohol instead of synthesizing protein. So you went catabolic for a good 36 hours. Now, the true Mr. Olympia would not be doing that. You know what I mean? And from your standpoint, you're not looking to be a competitive athlete anymore, but you're a hustler. You were working all day yesterday.
Yeah. Working all weekend, man.
Yeah.
I had double shoots. I had a shoot Friday. I had one Saturday afternoon, and then I had 2 Sunday, and then yesterday was Kai. So,
but you know what? That's a perfect example right there. Kai Green isn't going out getting drunk on Memorial Day weekend.
He's training his ass off,
but
man.
But that's what separates the Kai Greens from the people who say, I'm going to be Mr. Olympia. Well, calm down. You're 100 pounds soaking wet. But regardless of that, you're out there getting hammered. You're drinking your body weight in liquor and saying, I'm going to be the best in the world. But the best in the world aren't doing that, both athletically and entrepreneurially, the hustlers.
Yeah, there's a fine line. There's a fine line between, because obviously it's cool to do that and it's okay to do that every now and then, but like you said, every single holiday that comes up, people use that as an excuse to just jump in both feet first. Oh, look, it's Memorial Day, let's go. Or, oh, it's Labor Day, last one before summer's over. Like, and it gets, like I said, I feel like I miss out on something every time one of them come up. 4th of July, everything. I feel like I'm missing out on something, and then I realize that I'm really not. I'm where I need to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, even when I was single, for me, where do you go to meet girls anymore? You don't really.
Yeah, no.
You don't. I mean,
No,
you don't want to meet a chick at a bar.
No, then you're a creep.
Yeah, that's
This guy had a conversation with me.
Oh my God, he didn't just follow me on Instagram and then like all 1,000 of my photos that are all of my ass, and then DM me a picture of his dick. He didn't do that. He just came over to me and said, "Hey, my name is Nick. My name is John. What's your name?"
It's crazy.
What a fucking creep. But it's that. But that was always the thing. When I was single, it was like, where do you go to meet girls? And the bar is out because I don't want to meet a chick at a bar. But at the same time, you can make the argument that she's just there because she feels like she's missing out. But I don't know. I feel like hustling, staying in your lane, doing your thing, whether that be entrepreneurial, fitness life, it kind of all ties together, because the fitness lifestyle definitely taught me dedication and sticking to my guns, because 22 weeks of prep will teach anybody how to stay consistent with something. Even if that was the last time I've done that, it's carried over into everyday life for me.
That's a big thing, I believe, is if you can really go 100% survive a prep, doesn't matter if you're 250 pounds of muscle or 100 pounds. But if you can truly go balls out, suffer through a prep, that's going to transfer to your everyday life. Suddenly things, you're going to be like, shit, I'm in a bad spot right now. This is rough. This is hard. You're going to realize, hold on, I've been through way worse than this, and I got better, and I was stronger because of it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Something else, too, is you look at the people who go balls out crazy after a show, right? They put 30 pounds on in 4 days.
That was me.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I equate that to the same people that are going crazy on the holidays, getting drunk. It's as if, today's a day I can get away from my whole regular life, that my Instagram I have to live and eat my meals and do this and do this. I can get out of it for a day, and I can get drunk. I can, in a way, be who I am as a person. I feel like social media makes people more inclined to compete, at least in our environment, because there's so many people that they'll see competing every single day and go, oh, now it's my turn. You look at the number of bikini girls that have spiked up in the past years, but I think a big part of that's because of Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something where you can make the argument they work hard, some of them don't work very hard, but regardless of how much work they're putting in, you can tell. You know what I mean?
This is going to transition quickly from the fitness lifestyle and its effects on people's personal lives to Instagram and how it affects people so negatively.
So we'll save that for another one.
You know what? But I kind of want to touch on it.
Go. What are you going to say? What are you going to say, Nick?
I want to do a hybrid segment.
Well, now we're doing. This is why the episodes are an hour long. Let's do it.
Oh, God. Fuck. When I first started Instagram, and it was 2012, the morals of Instagram and what people were posting were more, I guess, in tuned with sharing art and sharing daily life. And I think that transition quickly turned, especially with the fitness industry, into look at my ass or look at my abs.
Yeah.
And it almost turned into a set for a lot of people, especially competitors. It turned into almost like a dating profile.
And also like a bragging platform.
Yeah,
Look at how many likes I get.
It's really fucking weird. And don't get me wrong, I definitely played into it. Back when I was competing, I would post a selfie every day. I'd be like, oh, today's post-workout. Oh, look at my app, like this and that. And a lot of people don't grow up from that. A lot of people don't mature, and they don't get that wake up of, this is fucking stupid. Why am I doing this? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's different if you're using it for business. So if you're using it to give knowledge or comedic relief to your clients, because I saw that post this morning. That was hysterical.
That was funny, right?
We're gonna link that video for the people watching. We're gonna. What was it called again?
Scared Shitless Fitness.
Scared Shitless Fitness. It was fucking amazing. The guy just chases his clients in costumes. They write down what they're the Mormons.
Oh yeah.
They write down what they're most afraid of, and then he dresses up like that and chases them and times them to see if they beat their last record of running away from him. So that we're going to put that somewhere.
That's a coach that truly cares about you.
Here. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're using comedic relief for clients that follow you, for other fitness people. You definitely post your progress when you're in a bodybuilding prep.
Right.
And what you're kind of doing and stuff like that. But, you know, that's like normal shit. I know Joe Rogan was talking about, he was talking with somebody, I forget the woman's name, and it was a great episode, but they were talking about the psychology behind somebody who needs to post a selfie every single day. And they were talking about how a girl can have 5 million followers and it's a picture of her ass every day. The same ass.
Yeah.
The same ass. Just this one's by a pool and this one's by a mountain. And it's fucking insane to me that is something that's glorified, where a Charles Glass or somebody who's giving tons of information, okay, they may have 100,000 followers, stuff like that, but they're less popular than the same ass being posted a million different days in a row. So that is insanity to me.
Oh, it's insane. But another thing, it might not have been Joe Rogan that I saw it, but it's about how it affects your mental state and period. You know, if you don't get those 1,000 likes on this one picture, you're suddenly depressed. Where you have people that even back in the day or even now, you know, if I couldn't care less about how many likes I get on a picture. You know, it grows, great. If it doesn't, cool, whatever. For me, it's a platform where it's kind of like a diary in a weird way, where you can let people know what's up with you. But more importantly, it's a business platform to show people what's going on. I remember when Instagram started, it was literally advertised for photography, right? It was just for photography. That's why they had the filters.
And that's what I use it for. I use it as a portfolio, essentially. I mean, like you said, I don't give a shit how many fucking likes I get. I'm not boosting my numbers. I'm not sitting over here buying followers and going, oh my God, I have 10,000 followers. I'm somebody. Like, I could have 5,000 followers now. I could have 5,000 followers in a year, and as long as people are appreciating my work and I'm getting jobs based on people looking at that, that's what I use it for.
It's your resume that reaches literally anybody in the world. So social media is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing for you. But Instagram didn't put the Valencia filters and the X Pro filters so that
he knows that Valencia.
So it's like Nick, which one makes my abs pop a little bit more? No, it's
got to drop the shadows.
I knew I was doing something wrong. That's why I don't look good right now. We got to drop the shadows in this a little bit.
We're gonna drop it. I look like I'm 10. I can't. I'm gonna superimpose a beard back on my face.
But those filters were put in place there for you to take a picture of something artistic, something beautiful you see out in nature. You know, back when people went for a walk out in nature and go, you know what, this looks really good with this minor alteration. You know, then that streamed into Snapchat filters. Where now you're a dog. You know, now you're a dog face, or the gender swap ones now, which are
God, chicks love the dog and the fucking cat and all the beauty filters. My cousin uses it all the time, and I tell her, you're a beautiful girl. What do you need to be putting a fucking filter over your face for? I never understood that. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I have been guilty of all of this, caring way too much about likes, caring way too much about posting a selfie every day, and I would use the excuse that everyone else uses. It's a progress photo. No, it's not. It's a picture of me that is the same day in and day out. People have not forgotten what I look like. I look the same as I did yesterday. Maybe a little more hair, maybe less of a beard, but I look the same. And that awakening doesn't really hit a lot of people, at least that I see, especially in the fitness industry.
Well, if you look, the people that truly base their life around Instagram, their life looks nice and flashy until their credit card bills start piling up. Suddenly, they're not in Dubai anymore. They're not in the Bahamas anymore. And they're posting #work hustle. Yeah, you're $40,000 in debt. What do you expect? But if you're using your social media platform, which, like I said, it is such a great tool to really reach anybody in the world, where this is a tool that nobody ever had there, period. You know, we couldn't do something like this. You couldn't start a business online by yourself. You couldn't do the videography shoots you would do. You know, back in the day, what would you do? Follow somebody around with a Polaroid and mail them to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the case anymore. So this is a beautiful way where anybody can truly, quote unquote, have the American dream, where you can be as successful as you want as long as you put the work in. But if you're using Instagram that way, as a business portfolio, even if just your personal business, you as a business, to brand yourself up, to be a better you, to get more work, to get more clients, to try to reach more viewers, just to inspire more people, then it's something special.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a diluted template that really messes with your head.
Yeah, it does. It makes you feel as though your life is not as complete or great as everyone else's that you see. Like, you're not in the Bahamas. You're fucking up somehow. You're not on vacation all the time. You're fucking up somehow. But what you don't realize is a lot of these people are posting throwbacks, and they're acting like they're still there. I had to stop. So for me, especially in a professional sense, I had to stop looking at other photographers and videographers' work because I would look at it and I'd go, that was pretty good. Is mine up to snuff? And for me, and I have friends that can attest to this, it would fuck with my head bad. And it would fuck with my head bad because I would look at it and I'd go, is mine boring compared to this? Is mine as intriguing and as a great? But the clients were coming in. People were consistently coming to me for their video needs and not other people. So obviously it was great, and it was good what I was doing. But I always had that doubt, and that's what a lot of people have in life. A lot of people have doubts that, especially females, I find that, oh, she posts pictures of her ass and now look, she's on a fucking yacht in the Bahamas, or she does this and now look, she's in Italy doing in the vineyards and stuff like in Napa Valley in California. It's crazy how it makes you feel inadequate, but it can do so much good at the same time. Like you said, networking. Instagram's where I get, I'd say 80% of my business, and I don't even reach out to people. People hit me up, and I'm so beneficial, and it's so beneficial, and I'm so grateful that they reach out to me because they see my work and because they see who I work with and they enjoy it. That just shows me that even though I don't have 50,000 followers, I'm doing something right. So on one hand, like you said, and I've just confirmed, it's great, but it's not. And it's such a weird line because it can cross over at any given point.
Yeah, you know what? It comes down to the old superhero saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
Boom.
So if what you were saying before, if you're a girl that, very isolated, a quiet girl, and you see girls posting pictures of their ass, and suddenly people are sponsoring them and they're making money, you go, well, hold on a second. I don't know. I could go my whole life, not work, and just do this. To each their own. I know women that post pictures like that, and they respect themselves 100%. But I'm talking right now in the category of a girl that's a little more isolated, a little more held back. She goes, well, if I'm willing to sacrifice what I consider my morals a little bit, maybe I can, live a different life that I would have never had the opportunity to.
Social media is having them get lower and lower morals, though. That's the issue.
Of course.
It's allowing these girls to be treated like material objects and not strong, independent females.
Yeah, 100%.
That was always a huge issue with me. I've had exes that become too inflated mentally because they get a couple of likes, because they look good in certain departments. And it's just like, obviously guys are going to give you attention. You're a female, you're pretty, and it is what it is. Like that's just what comes with the territory of an attractive girl. But they start feeding into those likes. They start going, oh my God, I got so many likes yesterday on that photo. And then when they don't get likes, it's like the end of the fucking world. And it's like you'd think that the moon crashed and the waves are coming from the eclipse. You think that worlds are colliding. And it's a fucking platform that could disappear tomorrow. I'm still going to have work. You're still going to be prepping people and prepping yourself and doing your damn thing. But what are these people going to be doing when the infrastructure breaks down and Facebook finally gets hacked and someone just pushes a button at over the internet and deletes Instagram for good? How are they going to make their money? How are they going to sell fit tea? How are they going to sell fit tea? How is their ass going to sell fit tea?
How are you going to buy Herbalife and then throw it away?
Exactly. So it's.
Well, I remember a funny meme I saw. Memes are usually jokes, but this was dead on accurate. It was, what if they had deleted Instagram tomorrow? It's like, Janet, suddenly you're not a model anymore.
Just because it's in her profile.
Yeah.
It's a weird, wacky ride, man. But
it can do so much good.
Yeah, so much good. It's so much good between networking, giving people information, stuff like that. And they're not so innocent in it all either, the actual platform itself, because there's actually been studies for Facebook, Instagram, all these social platforms. I don't know if Twitter was one of them. I don't think it was, but Facebook and Instagram, the two biggest ones, obviously, that they actually push articles that you find controversial onto your feed. So now, how they don't have on Instagram, they don't have the chronological timeline. So they don't have it where if I post 5 minutes ago,
I'll see you first.
You see fucking a post 3 days ago of some random person. And that's a whole big thing. But I think it's something that's happening, especially on Facebook, where let's just say you can't stand politics in the Middle East or something like that.
Whatever.
Okay?
Sure.
Or you can't stand Donald Trump, or you hate Hillary, whatever it might be.
Whatever it happens to be.
They're going to push those videos onto your feed because you're more inclined to go, what the fuck is this? And comment and hate and share. Look at this.
See, what's funny is Facebook, for example, won't make any money if you're clicking on these articles that are controversial. However, say I'm a Republican, whatever my political values are, but say I'm a Republican, right? The people that are putting stuff up for Hillary, for the Democrats, will post things to only send it to people who post about Republican posts.
Exactly.
So that those Democratic posts come onto my side, and then I share the hell out of them all mad. Now, suddenly, they paid for 10 views. They're getting millions because I'm sharing it. Somebody else is sharing it. Somebody else is sharing it. So for me, it's not so much that social media platforms are to blame, but rather how the industries are using those platforms to their advantage.
The algorithms, they're
in a cold way.
They're skewing them and manipulating people and selling our data. Listen, I don't give a shit that they're listening in on my phone right now. Red camera, Zeiss lenses. Just show me shit that I want to see. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's going to happen. Anybody that thinks that it doesn't happen is a fucking moron.
And you know what? Not for nothing. I'd rather see ads for stuff I want to see instead of other things.
Exactly. So the people that don't think that that's happening are extremely naive. But the fact that they use this data to manipulate us and lie and push things that we find annoying, irritating, or triggering points, that's when I have a problem. I don't like to be manipulated. If I'm on your site and I'm spending, let's say, 3 hours a day on Instagram between DMing people back and putting stuff up and messaging people, if I want to see things that I like. I want to see your posts. I don't want to see some random fucking person's post. I don't care about them. And that was also a big issue that I had switching to a business account. When I switched my personal Instagram to a business account. Now, I made a business account for Rizzles Productions. However, my following is on my personal account. All the pros follow me on my personal account. It's easier because everything's already there, and I have the following. So I haven't really used the business one, but when I transferred my personal account to a business type account, I noticed my engagement went down. I paid for a few ads about 1.5 years ago.
It shoots up like crazy.
Went up, up a little bit, whatever. But I noticed that if I don't post a couple days in a row, which I don't anymore, I used to post every single day, 1, 2, 3. Now I let it go. I'm not obsessed with posting every single day, because eventually when I scale my company to the next level, I'll have some college kid or somebody that I hire to do my social media for me, because I don't want to be bothered with it. But that's the issue I have. They're almost doing like a pay for play. Like, you have to pay this much Instagram ad to get the exposure, even from your own followers. Which on one hand, that's fucked up. But on another hand, it's not horrible because I'm paying for no marketing. So this is technically like a marketing budget. Yeah. But that's just like on the side of manipulation. I can't stand.
It's true.
Can't stand it.
The only thing I do get from it, though, is we use it for free.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Exactly. We use it for free.
But do we use it for free? Is it technically for free when we have to see ads all the time and they get to dictate how we see our content? It technically is free, but we do pay for it in a different way.
You know what? We do, but I know there's a lot of people out there who, if Instagram costs $30 a month, forget about it. We would be more willing to pay it because we're trying to hold a business.
Yeah.
But if, say, Instagram costs $30 a month, whatever it happens to be, there'd be thousands of subscribers you have on there that wouldn't follow you because they don't want to pay to make an account. So the people that are giving you business might not have even found you because they're willing to pay the money. In their quarter of a second, they look at an ad, but to put their credit card on there is a whole other story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was like a big thing when I worked at Apple.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked at Apple, and you accept the terms and conditions on the iTunes statement, which nobody knows what the fuck that thing says. Dude, I had wait, hold on, real quick side story. I had when I worked there, I was an expert, so I was essentially like a supervisor, so right under management technically for the sales area. They separate the store by Genius Room. And or they call it the family room. It's where the geniuses are and the people that train people. And then the red zone is the sales area. So yeah, entry level. It's a cult. It's a fucking cult at Apple. The entry level employees are just called. Oh my God, it's been that long. I quit Apple in 2015. Specialists. They're called specialists. Then the next step is expert. And now since I've left, they've added other titles, but being an expert, I had to take all the customer service issues and the moronic people. There was a woman who printed out the entire iTunes terms and conditions and said, I need somebody to sit down and read this with me and go over it all so I know what I'm signing and what I'm saying yes to. I said, ma'am, what I really wanted to say was, you're nuts, okay? Thanks for killing all these trees, because it's like 60 pages. And number 3, we're not attorneys, so why don't you go get one? And you can. I'm sure he would love to bill you $400 to just read that piece of paper for you with you,
to tell you, we're gonna give you ads with things you want to see.
Basically, but somewhere in there, I feel like we sign our lives away. We just don't know it.
That reminds me. You ever see the South Park with the human centipede?
Yeah. It's exactly.
It was the whole episode was about everybody keeps signing the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so you signed up for a human centipede
program. Project.
Where we're going to sew you to somebody else.
It's like that working in the stores, though. It's a very drink the Kool-Aid type mentality, and if you go against the grain, they hate that. It's a very weird place. It was cool when Steve Jobs was alive because I had just started there, went a couple months before he passed. You could tell it was a very different atmosphere. They were there for the customers. They wanted to be there, fix your problems, free of charge. They didn't want to charge you. Now it's become very corporate. They want to charge you. They started getting people from different companies.
I bet Steve Jobs that gave us these adapters.
Actually, no. I think he was very against the dongles. The dongles are the stupidest thing in the entire world.
I just meant he would have included them.
Oh, he would have. Oh, definitely.
He
would have 100%.
Forget about the attachment, but he would have included them.
Oh yeah, he would have. No, he would have, and he would have thought that this whole the new design on the keys is not as efficient as it was in years past. There's a bunch of shit that is going on at the company. I mean, the innovation. I find that this phone I could have went without. This is the XS Max. This is the one that just came out this past September.
Okay.
I mean, for $1,200. It's a ripoff, dude. The camera makes everybody look pink. I don't like taking pictures with this camera. Luckily, I have my own, but I hate taking pictures with this camera. It's just it's fucking weird. They're a weird company now.
Samsung, send the check.
Yeah, Samsung, send the check. Actually, you know what? Google send the check.
Yeah,
the Google Pixels are awesome.
They are cool.
Yeah, listen, man. If I didn't need iMessage, I would jump ship from the iPhone in a heartbeat. I love Android phones. I just don't like the integration.
That's one thing I love about Apple. It all syncs up so nice with each other.
Well, yeah, to be able to be on my laptop or my iMac at home, or my phone or my watch, and have all of my messages across all these devices, and I can answer people or see what I was talking to somebody about something at the snap of a finger. That's nice.
AirDrop, such a beautiful thing.
Yes, AirDrop is great. I helped Lindsay. You know Lindsay Greeley?
Yes.
I helped her out recently with AirDrop. She goes, Rizzles, listen to me. She goes, I got this video on my phone. How do I get it to my computer? I say, yo, just open that AirDrop up. Hit that. What's it? What?
Boom.
2 seconds. She goes, oh, you're a genius. I'm like, no, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. This is like when you reset the router at your grandparents' house. They're like, the internet's not working. You reset the router and all of a sudden it's working again.
How'd you do it? I'm a wizard.
But yes, we digress.
Yeah.
We digress. Fitness lifestyle. Where were we? I don't even fucking remember where we were.
We went from fitness lifestyle to
Instagram to Facebook and manipulating and doing all that crazy shit.
Yeah. So how the fitness lifestyle affects our personal life. I don't know about you, but when I'm hungry or you're hungry, we digress like this. It throws everything off.
Yeah.
That's it.
I am super hungry.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry. lately.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, so to wrap, to talk about that, like I said, I think it's a positive. I think you think it's been a positive,
100%.
even though it could be a little weird. And you know what? I'll tell you where it was. I'll tell you where it was a real negative. It was a real negative for me when I became obsessed with counting my macros. And for a while, because I went from having my prep coach tell me meal 1, 10 egg whites, have a cup of oatmeal, meal 2, 6 ounces of fish, 6 ounces of chicken, whatever it was. So when you have some structure like that and someone's telling you exactly what to eat, it's a little easy.
It is, because there's no thinking involved.
Exactly. So it was just, okay, that's what I need. I need to get that much pounds of chicken, that many pounds of beef, and then I just go on. But when I switched to the macros, it was almost like culture shock. I got a little wigged out, like I can eat this and it doesn't affect this. And
Sure, you're good.
yeah, my coach was like, yeah, just make sure you stay within the macronutrients of everything. Make sure you count all your carbs. I had a friend who told me when I first started doing it that you subtract your fiber from the day from your total carbs taken. And like I was doing it wrong the first month because my second coach said, why would you, what would subtracting fiber mean?
Carbs.
It's
There's
carbs.
Still carbs.
Exactly. So after that, I was like all stressed out, like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fat. But for 2 years after that, I just became obsessed. Every single piece of food I put in my mouth, unless it was a cheat day or a refeed meal, I became like crazy, and I had to. And even my coach at the time, James, the second guy, he told me, he's like, you need to cycle off and stop counting every piece of food or every gram of food that goes into your body. So that for me was a huge negative and really fucked with my head for a while. And now I'm good. I mean, now I know a balance.
Well, you know what? All of us have a slight issue of body dysmorphia, which is the biggest thing that comes from bodybuilding, as a sport in general. I'm 240 pounds now. I'm 5'9", and I still have abs. They're not great by any means, but they're still there.
I don't have any abs.
But but I'm looking at myself like I'm a fat piece of shit, which is by no means the case. But I'm seeing a little bit of fat and I'm going, oh shit, maybe I'll let myself go. But I'll walk outside and somebody like, what the fuck is that? They're looking at you in a different way. We're always seeing the negatives.
Yeah.
We're right up there on a mirror and going, well, this wasn't there when I was on stage. It goes, well, yeah, you're also depleted of water for 24 hours and you're about to die. No shit.
My girlfriend currently, one of our, I forget, I was changing my shirt at her house. And took my shirt off. And it was like such a bodybuilder move, like just mentally. She goes to me, she goes, you have an amazing body. And I just went, it's okay. I was like, you should have seen it a couple of years ago when I was shredded. It's not that great right now, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
That's the dysmorphia. That's the mental thought. Rebounding after the show and gaining 35 pounds in 3 days.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's rough.
That was rough, man. I talked to Marco Rivera about this, and he's coming on the show, and
yeah, definitely.
we got Arash, we got everybody coming on. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But Marco and I spoke, and I told Marco, I said, I've never had a suicidal thought in my life, but with how fucked up my hormones were after that show and gaining all that weight and having edema and looking in the mirror, and 3 days prior, I was shredded to the bone, lean, clothing couldn't even fit on me, to 4 days after, I had a belly and love handles.
All at work.
Dude, that was the craziest mental state I've ever been in my life. I've been up and down. I've been super upset from my first relationship ending and just being extremely depressed and then turning to bodybuilding as my coping method. I've been sad for losses of family members, friends, everything. I've never had a mental state quite like that where it was just, I didn't even know what to do with myself.
It's a rough feeling. And if any of you have competed before that you're watching, you know what we're talking about. If you really put 100% into that to be a totally different person next week, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean, the more muscle you have, it'll stay a little bit longer if you're not eating like a piece of shit.
Dude.
But
I'm going to show you. I got pictures. I'm gonna show you, and I guess maybe I'll think about releasing these on the YouTube video. These are in the reserves. I don't know, man. It was just it was one of those things that just really hit hard, and I couldn't believe it. And I talked to a lot of people. I mean, I feel like now it's not as prominent with people not talking with coaches not telling their clients. You know, everyone's pretty open. But this is when men's physique was first getting kicked off in like 2013. I didn't know what rebounding was. I didn't know what that was. My coach never mentioned it to me. All he said was, just make sure you don't go too crazy and, you know, just enjoy it. He never gave me a reverse diet plan or go back on your meals that you were taking the week before and slowly build out.
Yeah. You know, that's the worst thing is, you know, people glorify it now. They're laughing about it. Like, dude, after the show, I put on 40 pounds in 2 days.
It's not good for your heart.
No,
it's not good for your body.
You better slow down real quick and you go to the hospital. They think it's a funny thing, but it's really, really unhealthy. You got to check that diet back in place. Just slowly add your carbs back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really sucked. It really sucked.
But what we were talking about before, how this bodybuilding and everything affects your... Oh, you got it?
Yeah. That was prep. That was the day I competed.
God damn.
Oh, you've never seen that?
Holy shit.
150 pounds.
Oh, my... You guys should see this. Eventually.
I'll release that one.
All right. Yeah, that one.
Okay, you ready?
Let's see.
This is the crazy shit. 3 days later.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That's a bad rebound.
Really bad rebound.
That's a really bad rebound.
Really bad rebound. And then this was 5 days later.
Oh, Christ.
Scary shit, man.
Yeah. It's like, you know, they call it a rebound because if you miss the basket, you got another shot. Like in basketball.
Oh, do they? Because I missed the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I was going to say you missed that shot too.
I missed everything.
Oh, man.
I mean, I wasn't like crazy. You know, now it seems a lot worse when you're in the moment. It seemed a lot worse back then. Now that I'm looking at these photos, it wasn't as bad. Like, I still fit in everything. My belt, that doesn't even fit me now, was...
You know what? You're putting on that much weight. It's all water. Your body physically can't build fat cells that quick. Mm-hmm. But you just went from being in the best shape of your life where you didn't think you could look like that ever. Where you didn't think it was possible to hold on me again. And it's a weird feeling. Very
strange feeling. So I guess that could go down as a very big negative for me.
Yeah. But you know what? That's a big life-changing part. But, you know, this whole thing is about today. How bodybuilding, this sport in general, affects your personal life. It fucks with your head. And it fucks with something fierce. You know, you're, as stupid as it sounds, you're never going to be as big as you are with your pump. So as far as you're concerned, you're never as big as you can humanly be. Even Big Romney, I think it came out, he's like 320 pounds or something now. It's ludicrous, which really bad for your heart. But regardless of all that, when he works out in the gym, he's bigger than he is on stage.
Of course, yeah.
Right, because he has a pump. Mm-hmm. Even Big Romney will never be as big as he is with a pump.
You know, I picked him up from the airport.
Yeah, what, with a backhoe?
No, he fit in the Audi. He fit in the S5. It was... Steve called me.
Yeah.
Big Steve called me, and he's like, yo, Nick. He goes, you think you could pick Rami up from the airport? And I'm sitting there, and it was supposed to be an off day. And I said, yeah, I could pick him up. So I drove to JFK.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm hoping I'm in the right place. And I'm like looking through the crowd. And all of a sudden, his big ass turns the corner. And I'm just like, Rami! And he just looks at me. He's like, the fuck is this?
Who is this?
And he comes over to me. Hello, brother. How are you? I'm like, oh, my God. I said, Steve sent me. I said, now you're here. We're going to get in my car, okay? He's just like, okay. I said, do you want anything? Do you want water or anything? Yeah, I'll take water. So we're walking to the car, and now it's setting in. I'm like, he's not going to fit. he's not going to fit in this car.
See, the scary thing is, though, is he didn't know who you were.
No.
People know who Big Romney is. Yeah. They could say, Big Romney, I'm here to pick you up.
Pick you up. Oh, okay, brother. Okay. But he goes, I said, hey, man. I leaned into him. I said, hey, man, I don't think you're going to fit. He goes, don't worry. We figured it out. I'm like, all right, maybe I'm going to strap his ass to the roof and like a Christmas tree and just like tie some rope around him. And no, he fit. The car was a little lopsided, but he did fit. I think he was pushing 300.
Jesus.
It was his off season. He was guest posing at, I think Atlantic States or something like that at that time. It was definitely.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was definitely summer, and it was nice out. And I had him dancing to Busta Rhymes in my car. I really wish I had a GoPro.
Oh my God.
It was actually dope though. He was talking about working with all the different coaches and what foods he likes and stuff like that. It's just, that was like shit you don't really hear ever. You know, people wait in line, shake his hand, and then that's it. Or if they do an interview with him, they're asking him about the Olympia, and that's it. You know, you don't really get that personal vibe from a lot of these guys. But every time I shifted into sixth gear, he had to move his thigh. That was the only thing. That was the only condition.
But you know, that's the coolest thing. What I think I'm excited to show everybody that comes on here is, at least when you're watching this, you're not seeing wow, it's so nice to meet you. Yeah, great. I eat my meals and I weight train and just keep at it and you'll get there too. We're going to be taking questions from all of you guys and really just excited to see what you want to know from these pros. We're going to pick as many questions as we can because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of people that want to know a lot of things about a lot of pros we're going to have on here.
Yeah. It'll. I know we put up the Arash stuff. We put up that Arash is going to come on the show.
Yes.
Probably the next week or two. Which
definitely.
At the time of this launch, it's just going to be the first 5 episodes in a continued series. So you're not gonna know. You know, you'll be able to just see them all. So you'll just you'll see in the titles at some point Arash Ravar, special guest or whatever. So
after Arash comes on this time, next time we have him on, if we decide to have him on again, but I'm sure we will.
I don't know if I'm going to want that guy on here anymore.
Somebody comes in here and throws all our stuff away.
Yeah, oh God, please no.
Anything besides that, I'm sure we'll have him on again, where you'll have the ability to ask questions. What does he do this? What does he do this? What's his favorite type of food to bulk up? Why cream of rice instead of oatmeal? Whatever it happens to be. Next time that comes around, we'll be able to answer those questions for you.
Yeah, everything is so staged. Like when I do a video for Arash and we do a Q&A, everything is like they send a question in and we have to try to get it within a 10-minute window for Instagram or something like that just to keep people's interest. But at least with this, you could skip around. You can listen to a few questions, come back to it later. This allows us to have a conversation.
Yeah,
and that's really what we want to do. We want to have a conversation. We want to have a conversation with interesting people. And from there, we want to then give everybody a chance to either open mic it, ask questions, maybe do an Instagram live video. So there's a lot of different options. Then we have my buddy Pete, who's going to come in and facilitate some of this. So we have a lot of different stuff that's going to come on and allow people to interact with one another.
You know, it's a lot of cool thing that's going to make it a little confusing over here, but it's going to be real awesome watching from the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the reason we do all this.
That's it, man. I think we're good on this one. We fucking ranted on a million things as usual, but that's what keeps it real and interesting.
Yeah, we don't rehearse these. They're not scripted by any means.
Oh, God,
I remember I walked in here today. We're like, what are we talking about
again? What are we talking about today?
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
One bullet point. Let's go. Turn the mics on.
There we go. Turn the mics on. We have a conversation. We have fun doing it. This is actually our new setup with the new mixer in the middle of my laptop. Hopefully this sounds buttery and amazing, which I believe it does. We did a couple of test segments before this.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate anybody that's watching, that watches the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Any questions that you have, any feedback that you have for us that you want to see that we may not be touching on, just shoot us a DM, shoot us a message. My beard is growing back. So for the people that can see me, not the people that are listening, the people that can see me, don't worry, it will be back and it's not going away. I'm not fucking shaving my face again. I look like I'm 8 years old. I can't buy alcohol for the next week. But yeah, I appreciate everybody listening.
Yeah, 100%. Till next, guys. Yeah. Take 2. Until next time, guys. This is The Voice
and Rizzles
signing off until next week when we're here with Arash Ravar.
Peace.